Welcome back, guys, to Trails Through Daybreak. Well, last episode, after gathering some eyewitness information around Creil regarding the missing Jaeger squad, we found ourselves distracted by a burgled bicycle, heading out on the road we took to get here to apprehend the thief. Having just rescued the suspect from a pack of wolves acting weird, we now question the man. Phew, that takes care of them. I apologize if I'm wrong, but did you recently steal a bicycle? If you did, we'd like to ask you a few questions. Yeah, that's me. Go ahead, I'm not going to try and fight you. What was that? That's a dog. A bad dog. Between the wolves that attacked that bus and the ones we just had to fight, something's definitely not right here. It's like they're being controlled by fear somehow. Oh, I just can't put my finger on it. Are you alright, Van? We still haven't questioned our suspect. Alright. We're Arkride Solutions. We're here on behalf of a guy who had his bike stolen. We managed to recover it, but I don't think just getting that back is going to satisfy our client. Why'd you steal it at all? Come on, fess up. What? Don't play dumb with me. There's no way you're here on behalf of that guy. You came to Creil to shake some mirror out of me, didn't you? What are you talking about? Do you know him, Van? No, I know he was on that bus, but I never met him before that. What's going on? What? That's what I want to know. Then you're not a debt collector from the companies I owe money to? Really? No, we're Arkride Solutions, like I just said. I'm not going to say we never do debt collection work, but we haven't been asked to come for you, that's for sure. Oh, adios, what a relief. I did all that for nothing. So the reason you stole that bicycle was because you assumed Van was a debt collector and wanted to run away from him. Yeah, I've borrowed a lot of money from a bunch of different places over the years. It's gotten to the point where I'm too deep in to get out. So I figured my only hope was to flee abroad. That's how I ended up on that bus. But I saw you as soon as we arrived in Creil, and I could tell you were a pro. I was convinced you had to be someone who'd come to collect my debts. After that, I was just looking for an opportunity to flee as far away as possible. And when that opportunity presented itself, you stole some guy's bike and rode off, only to get surrounded by monsters immediately after. Well, I'm glad we were able to clear up that misunderstanding between us. How about we go back to the village for now, then? There's no guarantee that more monsters won't come for us, and we need to return that bicycle to its owner. I think that's a good idea. Don't try and run away from us again, you hear? I won't. Doubt I could escape from you guys even if I wanted to. Then off we go. She's got a P90 that turns into a big weapony sword thing. I definitely like the P90-ish design.
No hostile targets detected.
I know, I look at that as a P90. It's the grip and the... What would you say it is? People from the land of guns.
Wrist gauge fully replenished.
A gun, yeah. It's the one in Stargate that they use. This is a weapon of war. Berserker Mini. It's P90. It's just a bit longer than a P90. And painted yellow. I think I could have just ran back. Oh, no, wait a second. There's an event on the way back. Something about to, like, ambush me or something? An event on the way back's a bit weird. Hey, is everyone all right? Kyle, I didn't expect you to leave the village. You really were sweating over that bike, huh? Though I'd be the same if it was my truck, so I can't say I don't get how you feel. I think that about sums up all that happened. Your bicycle is now officially back in your hands, even if it is a little worse for wear. Phew, thank you so much. Just happy to have it back. Glad we were able to help you. Alright, I need to ask about how much you charge. I hope I've got enough to cover your costs. If it'll cost more than about 20,000 mirror, I might need to pay in installments. We don't charge anywhere near that. We're not here to rip you off, you know. We're a little more expensive than the Bracer Guild, but we only charge for time spent and necessary expenses. Really? What a relief. You're clearly really good at what you do, so I thought you'd charge an arm and a leg. I'll make sure to wire you your money later then. Alright, then it's time to talk about what to do about our friend here. How do you want us to handle this? If you've got any requests, we're all ears. I really am sorry for stealing it. It was all just a stupid misunderstanding on my part. I know. How about I pay these guys in your place? It might take me a while to gather the money, though. So please, give a guy a break. Well, if he means what he says, my heart says to forgive him. It feels like he shouldn't get off almost completely scot-free after stealing someone's property, though. You don't have any good ideas on what to do in a situation like this, do you? Gotta get him to fix the bike, too. Oh, no. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I know how we'd handle it as warriors, but I know it's not the same here. Oh. How about we have him sign some kind of legally binding document? I suspect there's an even better way of handling this, though. We're dealing with a guy who's already on the run from his debts. If we go soft on him, he's not going to take this seriously. One option is just to hand him to the authorities and do this by the book. Yeah, but if we do that, like, the debt company are going to get him. That's like throwing him to the wolves a fair bit too. Though to be honest, you know, he should reap what he sows. But that bugs me to leave the client's bike damaged too. That's not fair on him at all. Maybe we could have the thief work here in town and raise the money to repair it. Yes. What should we do? He needs to repair the bike. Normally I'd say we should hand him over to the authorities. But how does making him pay for the bike's repairs sound to you? You know I don't have that kind of mirror, right? Or any at all for that matter. Sure, that's why you'll be working in the village to earn it. What? That does sound good. That way he'll have time to reflect on what he did, and I won't have to shell out mirror for repairs. But I feel like I'll be causing trouble for the people here with this solution. I'll help smooth things over with him, don't worry. Oh, and don't even think of using this as a chance to escape, buddy. You try that, I'll contact the cops or those debt collectors you got, and you'll never be able to go out in public again. Oh, I guess this is how things gotta be. Man, I never should have stolen that bike. We should make our way back to the village now, then. Kinda like that choice. I prefer the fixing of the bike. Hey, you guys. Oh, did you have business outside the village? Yeah, but we got it all wrapped up now. How's the bus holding up? Well, there's nothing that can't be fixed, but it will take us the rest of the day to get up and running again. Thankfully, my supervisors were understanding. They said we can head back tomorrow morning. Still, I'm sorry about this whole situation. You said you were headed to some country called Remiferia, right? Yeah, and it's not exactly a stone's throw away from here. And I really don't want to make the trip at night, so we had to make lodging arrangements for all the passengers. Oh, really? How'd you work that out? I didn't think the inn had enough rooms for everyone. We actually have a village hall where people can stay in an emergency. I'm letting the passengers stay there tonight free of charge. That's really nice of you. I'm sure they're all breathing a sigh of relief. Yeah, we owe them big time, and our company isn't about to let that debt go unpaid. Speaking of which, they also agreed to pay you too. They'll wire the mirror to you soon. Heck, they might have already done it by now. Nice, appreciate the business, my man. And if you ever find yourselves in another jam, just give us a ring. Oh yeah, there was something else I wanted to run by you. What might that be? Van informed the mayor about the bicycle theft and asked if the culprit could perform community service in Creil to pay for its repairs. Thrilled to have an extra pair of working hands, the mayor accepted and went with him to speak to the inn's owner Ben about employing Nathan there. Ben was all too happy to approve the plan, and thus Nathan began his stint as a janitor, where he would do menial chores for many weeks to come.
Mission accomplished! Great job, you guys!
Did he get room and board? This is a pretty sweet deal. He gets to hide away from the debt collectors, like he was intending to in the first place. He gets room and board, possibly, and paid? Did we just really help this guy out? I'm not sure. A burgled bicycle is completed. Rehabilitation is better than punishment, right? Right?
Or deposited!
Oh, that was grey, was it? I guess it wasn't by letter of the law, to be fair. Alright, we're making headway in our investigation. We now know for sure that Ida was here 3 days ago. Not only that, but she was also spotted the following day. We also learned that the monsters around here are acting strange. Yeah, don't know what to make of that yet. I feel like the puzzle pieces are coming together, but we're still a few short of the full picture. We'll worry about that later, though. It's about time we head on back to the inn. What? We're staying here? There's no way Ida is still in the village. Shouldn't we be out there looking for her? Not tonight. There's no telling where she might have gone. I'm not about to go on a wild goose chase. She could be in Remiferia, Orred, North Highlands. The list goes on. Besides, I'm catching a whiff of something, and it ain't the galettes. Something smells fishy here. What do you mean exactly? Are you talking about the monsters? Oh yeah, they're part of it too. Anyway, you gotta be prepared to head back to the capital tomorrow, Agnès. With or without us. Yes, I know. I'll take a look at the bus schedule soon. But first, we should check in at the inn. Good idea. Passengers aren't staying there, so they should have an open room or two. Oh, here we are. I'm sorry that we didn't have more than one room for you all. Oh no, that's on us. We should have thought to book 2 rooms in advance. Those beds look super comfy. It's like they're inviting me to climb in, curl up, and conk out. We're thinking about eating at around 7. I'll have one of those sweet galettes. Come right up. I'll be sure you get the finest we have. In the meantime, please make yourselves comfortable. It's not that we had any other choice. Besides, Ferry's here too, so it's going to be fine. Yes, totally fine. You okay, Agnès? Are you feeling a little under the weather? No, I'm perfectly fine. Never been better. Anyway, the plan was to gather a little bit more information before dinner, right? And there's no time to waste. Let's drop our luggage here and get back to work. Huh. Okay. Should we start with the old guy at the general store? Sure, sounds good.
Reward deposited.
2,000 more mirror from the bus company, hey? Interim reports can now be turned in. I bet everyone thinks we're going to, like, really charge them an arm and a leg like that guy does. And we're just like, no, 1,000 an hour. We probably end up as quite good deals for the jobs we do, considering our rates just seem to be, again, 1,000 an hour. So no matter what the danger of the job is, 1,000 an hour. Business trip destinations. You can write an SP report from an inn or a room van is using while out on the job. Report completed 4 SPGs and obtain SP. Who are we reporting it to? Ourselves? Rest, recover HP and EP. You can also borrow kitchens to cook food. Do some extra recon. I'll do an interim report. Why not? God, we did a lot of stuff, actually.
Gotta keep this up. Rank up.
Yeah. What do I get? Oh, E++.
Damn.
I still don't
that's
quite
pretty
understand
generous.
these. Gladiator headband, though. Strength +8, defense +4, CP up +30%. A motivating accessory indeed. Next rank is 40. Equip. What am I wearing currently? I'll lower my ADF and boost my strength. I don't know. Oh, item drop rate doesn't seem actually that bad to have. ATS times 2 ADF up as well. I'll switch that for the tin coin then, I guess. Alright, we're out here getting some extra recon in. There's a quest. There's 2 quests.
Looks like another good harvest this year.
Yes, totally. Another good harvest. Map. Zoom out. No, zoom in. Go to the outside. Let's start talking to people. Extra recon. Guess the bus has stopped here for the night. Safety first and all that. I can put up some of the passengers here at least. Every cloud's a silver lining. This impromptu stop might convince some of them to come back. That'd be nice, eh? And I appreciate having some fresh faces to talk to at any rate. It's always nice to make some new connections. The passengers have made this our busiest night in weeks, in fact. My daughter's really taken it in stride. She hasn't skipped a beat. Makes me proud to have such a hardworking kid.
Take as long as you need.
You don't have anything randomly new to
I'll be
buy
waiting
because
for
it's
you.
nighttime.
Take as long as you
that
need.
said, 17,903
I'll
mirror.
be waiting for you.
Looking pretty good. I'm wondering when I should start scarfing stuff for the gourmet up. Do you know what I mean? We had some real colourful customers around this time last year. For some reason, they stuck out to me. There was a girl who just about wolfed down the entire bar. Then there was this blonde pretty boy. The whole place stopped when he walked in. I don't think they were related, whoever they were, but I swear I saw the guy somewhere before. I recall there was this other bunch too, a group of 4, and they had not a thing in common. I can't imagine how they all got together with so little common ground, at least from my point of view. Yes. I'm sure it's not referencing anyone. Wasn't expecting to end up a dishwasher. I'm really not good at chores like this. But I'm just glad you didn't hand me over to the police. Guess I can't complain. Gotta work until I can pay for the bike. Yes. Get to work. Shine my shoes. No. We're not gonna be like that kind of people.
Sounds like whistling? I think it's coming from northwest of here.
So much so, the whistling cut out all music in the region. They're saying the bus will depart tomorrow. I'm not sure what to make of my new schedule, but I understand safety comes first. I did at least get in touch with the hotel I'm staying at, so that's taken care of. And honestly, of all the places to make an impromptu stop, we could do far worse than this. I've really come to like this town, in what little time I've spent here. Managed to strike up a conversation with that handsome devil. What exactly he was talking about, though? I'm not sure. It was sort of beyond me. But it must have been something profound, something philosophical. My heart doesn't lie. He was out and about earlier today too. What brings a guy like him out to our little backwater, I wonder? Perhaps he has a different perspective on the world. Oh, to think like he does. Yeah, but anyone who has a different perspective on this world is kind of dodgy, you know? Once Nathan's earned his next check, he'll wire the cost to my account. Makes me feel better knowing I don't have to pay that out of pocket. Thanks a million. Where do we go to first? There's blue markers for sub-events. There's quest events. Hans. Hey, Gramps, we're back from our rounds. You remember anything new? I do, in fact. It was the week before last. A whole band of them came in and bought all kinds of things. Then their leader came by. She was a real beaut. Now that you mention it, I remember seeing a woman of that description when I came back from a delivery run. A real beaut. That was 3 days ago, I want to say. Right up toward closing time. Really, what did she buy? If we know what she brought, we might be able to find a motive. Now, what did I get for her? If I remember, what was it? I can see her pretty little face, but what did she... Gramps, don't you have your ledger? The record should be in there. Oh, yes, of course I do. Let me check it for you. Oh, blasted, it's just too small for those old eyes. These old eyes. Man's on the wrong side of retirement age. You're the one who wrote it, for crying out loud. I'll read it. Okay, so the group from 10 days ago, there wasn't anything out of the ordinary in there, just your run-of-the-mill supplies. But the captain, it says here that she brought wire. Lots of it. Camp boundary, maybe? Battle lines? Why would she go out of her way to buy wire in the middle of a retreat, though? And this was during her first stop of the village, not the second. Yeah, that might be important. One more question for you. Did she buy anything else? Rations, ammo, stuff like that? Nope, just the wire. Nothing, Thanks for the info. This'll help a lot. Give Victor my best, yeah? Sounds like kind of like, tripwires, possibly for explosives. Would probably be quite useful against Ramda people, I'd imagine. Could just be the simple shaky again against stealthy Ramda people. Or I guess now we can just do it with shards, can't we? Sorry for the mess right now. I'll have this cleaned up in a sec. Grandpa's really gone downhill since we lost my parents. I can't blame him at all. I wish I could stick close and help him more, but I have deliveries to make now. Man, I wasn't expecting I'd struggle to read my own ledger. Half the time's taking me to task, I reckon. I'm just glad I have such a good grandson.
Hello?
Her ums are so inappropriate.
So long.
Cheers for gifting that sub there, Biet. What, references to earlier games characters in my Trails games? That surely can't be the case. No, it's just not the case. We would never have such a thing like that in a Trails game. It's only a game that's reached its, 11th title in the series. There's nothing to reference. Only 1,000 hours of playing these games. I thought I might be able to bring my market to the village, but I might end up borrowing from its own market instead. Fresh vegetables, royal jelly, they have a lot of things that I could work into my supplements. My company's gone all in on Eastern herbal medicine, and it's really hurting us. This village has perfectly good ingredients that we're just ignoring.
Well?
Well?
That's some rotten luck there.
It's quite the relief that we were able to house the passengers in the meeting hall for the night. It's not ideal, not even proper lodging really, but it should let them get some sleep. I do worry about accidents like these, rare though they may be. They've got us all wary. Roads have become safer thanks to the work done on the transportation networks, but today has taught us that we still can't let our guards down. A few villagers travel out often, whether for deliveries or other business. I'll need to warn them. I was worried I'd have to sleep in the bus, but the mayor very kindly offered me a room. I'll happily take it for tonight. I'm sure the company will compensate you as well, so in a way, things are all working out. The goddess works in mysterious ways. Been a while since I worked on something this big. All this gear's been collecting dust in my storehouse for ages, but now there's time to shine. Alrighty, almost done here. Should have this wrapped up within the day. As any professional could tell you, she's not getting wrapped up in the day, according to the As any professional could tell you, you can't skim on the detail, not even the minor stuff. Gotta do the best job I can here so that these passengers be confident the bus is safe. My car okay? My car is okay. Should we take this sub-quest before moving on a little bit? I still need to, like, double-check the shops, make sure I don't miss anything. Ken, did you not catch the cat? Where's your cat? It's okay, Annie. I know Lashkar will find him. He's got her. I know, Sounds like they've got trouble on their hands. I feel for him, but we won't have the time to spare. We need to sort out our own business first. Let's see if we can help them after we're done. No. I think the cat's gone missing. We must solve this issue. Stat. Phew, another day of farming done. I worked up a good sweat. Time to kick back with a cold one. You know, maybe not. Wife doesn't like me doing that much. She scares the hell out of me when she's mad. Feel like I wouldn't be setting the right example for Annie either. Can't bear to think of her hating me. Makes me want to cry. That police guy just warped out, according to the minimap. I used to work in the city bureau, you know. We had no shortage of cases back there. Meanwhile, Creil village is as peaceful as can be. That's why today's incident was such a shock. I think I started taking that peace for granted. It's a good reminder that an officer's work is never done. Grrr. Oh, don't mind him. Something's been getting him all riled up lately. It was even worse before we got back to the village. I took a quick peek in the forest and those monsters did seem kind of off, like they were scared or something. Never come across anything like this in all my years as a hunter. I'm going to scout a wider area tomorrow, just to make sure. So far, we've had a great harvest. I think this year's festival will be plenty grand to go with it. And thanks to you, I have a special dish I can bring to the feast. I'm sure it'll be a festival to remember. Oh, if you're interested, you don't have to be a villager to enjoy the festival. If you have the time, we'd be happy to see you.
Oh, you must be travelers.
It's been some time since my husband passed on, but I'm still kicking, selling the vegetables he used to grow with his old friends. It keeps me in my mind. This shop and these veggies, even if he's not with me anymore. And the village gets a kick out of my little handicrafts, too. It's not a bad way to spend my twilight years.
Well...
Why, hello.
At least you still have a memory. Someone else needs to retire. So far, I've been doing a lot of grunt work, mostly supply runs as of late. I'd really like to tackle bigger projects soon, like making my own machines from scratch or something. I just feel like I learn by doing, you know? There are certain skills you can only practice hands-on. Boss was pretty receptive to the idea of me taking a trip to Basel, actually. Or Basel? But then he followed it up with his usual, make sure you're putting your studies first shtick. I get where he's coming from, I just wonder how much of the basics I have left to learn before I can actually dive into the nitty-gritty stuff.
What do you need?
Is there anything I... Feels like your attack is a bit low, so I was wondering if there's anything else I could buy to improve it, but it doesn't really seem like there is. Strengthen items! I forgot about that, obviously. I could have strengthened my other item first. Broad Saber strengthened. Aerial device straightened. Heat Slinger strengthened. 3 U materials used. I don't mind that. Do I need those things as pluses? Probably not.
There you go. Thanks. What do you need?
Now, apart from that, we probably do have a fair amount of... art drivers. Celebrate. An arts driver with basic space arts. Felas, Spark Edge, St. Arrow, Breath, Lost Mobius. I'll buy it, I guess. There's some plugins we could buy. I guess some of them aren't really missable. Acid Cloud Twin Arts Driver. Set circle M rot. Crest for your defenses. This is where I probably should be spending some money. Chrono drive, quick. Death blow on a shadow spear. Breath for some AoE healing. I guess I do want to buy some of these from bit to bit. Burn blind on Abyssal Flame. Alright, let's unlock some slots. You've got slot open. Open. Hey, you can have breath. You're probably not actually that good to use it, but still. You can have it, and that's all that matters. Earthbreaker as well, maybe. How much EP is breath? 50. Let's open some more slots. 120 for those slots, 180 for that one. 480 for the lowest one of the lot. It's definitely open them from top to bottom, isn't it? There we go. We don't even have enough quartz to even fit in these. Definitely make some quartz I want to. EP cut. Another hit probably wouldn't be a bad idea. I own 2 impedes by the look of it. Let's make another one. Make a cast. And an action. Strike is crit. Stun up. Attack up. Need some stuff to put on some people.
There you go. Thanks.
There we go. To be honest, we probably, from buying stuff, has completed some more of these. 5 drivers gained. 5 plugins procured. It'd be funny if the plugins were missable. What's missable and what's not?
Maintenance mode engaged.
Suddenly, worries.
Shard skills updated.
Here, let's give you...
That one's a single element slot.
Is it? Mind or impede. Let's remove this impede.
That one's
Put
a
the
single
impede
L
there.
shard skills updated. Shard skills updated. Switching to maintenance mode. Single element
Something
slot
blue.
accessed. Single element new shard skill added.
You've already got an action. It's kind of cast that I want on, really. Interesting systems to look at. Anything else I'm not using? Impede. That's it by the look
Switching
of
to
it.
maintenance mode engaged.
You've already got an
Switching to
impede.
maintenance mode.
You've got an
Switching to
impede.
maintenance mode.
I guess we'll just give everyone impede.
Shard skills updated.
We are buffing. Oh no, did I miss a cat quest? There's just a hint to a missing cat. There's definitely a missing cat.
It's time I called it a day.
We want to be able to support our daughter wherever she goes, and I do agree with my husband. I hope she doesn't lose sight of the smaller things in her pursuit of a professional career. But again, she's at that age where she can start making decisions for herself. I'm sure she's thought this through. I just need to have faith in her. Town sweep continues after that shopping spree. Me, I do the wheat milling here. Not a glamorous job, but it's nice working with people. You know what I mean? The village needs the work I do, and they're quick to let me know when I do a good job. All that shiny professional business is great and all, but I hope Kaina can appreciate the little things too. I don't know when I'll be too close and then get sucked in to talk to that guy. You actually had more dialogue? Oh well, maybe I'm just a stubborn old coot for holding her back. I think one of these days I need to sit down with her and ask her how she's really feeling. Some years ago, Lashkar fell from a tree and injured himself. The village nun at the time came to his aid and helped nurse him back to health. Young me was touched by a sense of duty and compassion for others. I think that was what inspired me to walk the path I do. I wanted to grow up to be a kind and loving soul, a pillar of strength for the village. That might not be my only motive, but it feels like my biggest one. One way or another, I wanted to give back to the village I love. Now, like that nun before me, I can finally realize that dream. Sister Belicia's love for this village truly humbles me. There were many chapels that sought her skills, particularly in the Holy City, but she turned all of them down to serve in the village she loves. She reminds me of a sister who served here once upon a time. She shared that devotion to her home. Perhaps that makes Sister Belicia her spiritual successor in a sense. When, you've ever got, we really require that person's skills, many people in the church wanted her. Kind of just makes you think that they've got skills outside of the clergy, en masse. You know what I mean? We got sucked into the event.
Oh? How long have you been standing there?
Not long. We're sorry if we disturbed you. We were just entranced by your song. I feel like I've heard that melody somewhere before. Yeah, your voice is so soothing. Are you like a master musician or something?
I'd hardly call myself a master, but your praise is most appreciated. I recognize you. You're the dashing heroes from Edith who saved us from those vicious wolves.
Oh, you were on that bus?
Indeed. I had a front row seat to the performance, and what a marvelous performance it was.
Melchior.
By the by, my name is Melchior. I am but a humble traveling bohemian, a lone wanderer of the world whose only compass is his heart. My heart guided me to a bus at the Messeldom port, and it took me all the way through the capital before stopping here.
Traveled all the way here from Messeldom. That's quite the roundabout journey. I'm a teensy bit jealous, mister. Traveling the world sounds like loads of fun.
Alas, it does not put food on the table. I must stop for work on occasion to keep my howling stomach at bay. I do not have the luxury of purchasing first-class vehicles like yours. I envy you, my spiky-haired friend.
Yeah, thanks. I may have got her used, but she's been a great partner to me. Let's steer away from the topic of cars for a second. Where have you been all day? We didn't see you when we made our rounds earlier. Did you go wandering off somewhere? Excellent guess. The hills outside the village piqued my interest, so I decided to take a quick hike over there. You took a quick hike all the way out there? I hope you didn't have any run-ins with monsters along the way. Not at all. I've been traveling for some time now, so I've acquired something of a sixth sense for danger. As a result, it was an uneventful trip in that regard. I did manage to see something truly wonderful, though. Let me guess, you saw the old stone ruins over there. I heard that a big statue was excavated in the area 20 years ago. Correct. It dates back to the ancient Sumerian civilization. In fact, it should be from the same age as the ruins in Nord. Though the statue here was a mere 10-age tall, the one in Nord is much, much larger. Sadly, the church got their grimy little hands on it and it hasn't been seen since. It's such a pity. Tourists would have flocked to this village had it remained. Still, I doubt Creil has any trouble attracting tourists. I mean, just look at it. It's gorgeous. Not to change the subject, but I wanted to ask you something. Did you see anyone else when you were over by the hills? I can't say I did, no. There were no other living beings in sight. Gotcha. Oh, thanks anyway. Oh yeah, should mention that the bus isn't going to be leaving till tomorrow now. So, the mayor will provide a roof over my head. How benevolent of him. 3 is the best price, and I'm not about to object to his act of charity. Thank you for telling me. No prob. Be sticking around here too, so if you need anything, give us a holler. Oh, lovely. I shall keep that in mind. This is the first time I've met someone who calls themselves a bohemian. He's certainly an odd one, isn't he? He knows a good car when he sees one, so he's an alright guy in my book. I see it doesn't take much to get on your good side. Is something the matter, Fairy? Oh, it's nothing. I was just thinking. Is it just me, or do those hills look like the perfect spot to set up camp? I guess it's possible that Ada and her crew could be around there. But if they are, they're probably pretty far out. That guy would have spotted them over by the hills otherwise. We can check the area out tomorrow morning. Sun's about to go down, so let's head back to the inn. Okay. Your hunch definitely sounds plausible. We can go over all the information we have once we're back in our room. Surely there's something that will point us in the right direction. Did you get in any trouble? No danger. I am the danger. That's what I felt like he was about to say.